explain today. If you know the guy Ruslan, KD or Bless God, he has two channels. He boasts, he has millions of followers now. Probably has millions of followers now. Probably has thousands, like 700,000 or something like that. But he has a lot of followers, and he says, I'm gonna monetize, my channels, for me to get money, And he was boasting about it, and that he wants to get seven figures, which is millions of dollars, there's nothing wrong, to make money, off YouTube. If somebody, wants to bless you, to support your channel, go for it, myself, I don't ask for no money at all, ever. I work with my two hands, as God says in Deuteronomy 18, we read right there that God has given us the power to create wealth, So if you have a trade, if you want to school for something, in your career, God has given you that, that talent. For me, I never asked for no money. Jesus said, and Paul Apostle said in Acts 20, as Jesus said, it's more blessed to give than to receive. So me myself, I never asked for no money at all, none. But anyways, this guy Ruslan is saying, it's okay, if I have my mansion, by my house, by my cars and all that, with the money I give for my merchandise, I give for my Patreon and everything. Again, there's nothing wrong, for you to get money, but when that money controls you, that's when it's wrong. This is what Jesus said in Matthew chapter 6. He says, and he's talking about on the treasures of heaven. But I'm going to read all this. It's actually 19 to 24. It says, lay not up for yourself treasures on earth, where moth and rust do corrupt, and where the break through and steal. But lay up for yourself treasures in heaven, for neither nor moth do corrupt, nor thieves break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. Jesus telling us, don't build your kingdom here on this earth, send your treasure up to heaven. It says here, the light of the body is the light of the body is the eye. If the eye be single, the whole body should be full of light. But the eye be evil, the whole body should be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is indeed be darkness, how great is that darkness? Why? This is why. No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and mammon. Mammon is the god of wealth. That's Ruslan's god, wealth. And the Bible teaches us to not worship other gods than God himself. So this guy Ruslan, on his channel, he talks about his merchandise. He talks about buying tickets, to hear. He talks about his Patreon. Again, there's nothing wrong, to get wealth. But if that wealth controls you, if it covers your eyes in darkness, you no longer serve God. You serve that wealth. You serve the mammon. So I'm going to continue with this as well. It's for Timothy, 1 Timothy chapter 6, we read right here. And the same problem Paul Apostle had right here in the church of Ephesus. People thought, if you get wealth, you're gonna look godly. If you have wealthy, you have gold and silver. And back then it was gold and silver, but you have a nice suit and all that, and nice attire and everything. But that's what it says here. But godliness with contempt is a great gain. We brought nothing to this world, and certainly we can't carry nothing out. No, everything stays on the earth. Once you go 6 feet under the grave or you get cremated, everything stays here on earth. You can't take nothing. I mean, there was like stars, they were getting buried with the car. There was like a movie star got buried with his car, and he didn't take the car with him wherever he went. So, yeah. And having food and with us, therein be content. We have to content with what God given us. You know, if I'm content with this, what I'm wearing on right now, with this little cap, even though it has a tear in the back, you know, I'm content. What God has blessed me with little or much. You know, because God's gonna judge you, how you use His wealth, how you use His money at the day of judgment. You know, so we have to be careful with that. And Ruslan, if you're listening to this right now, we have to be careful with that. It says, and but they that will be rich fall into temptation snare. Yeah, you see that? You want to get more wealth. You know, I want to monetize that. I want to make my business. Again, it's okay. You know, if God blesses you with that, go for it, man. But if it controls you more than God controls you, you know, if money has become your God, oh, that's something else. You can't do that. A child can't do that. A child of God can't do that. And then it says, and into many foolish and hurtful lust. Yeah, you want, oh, I want more, I want more, I want more. I want these cars, I want these mansions, I want everything else, you know. And then which draw men to destruction, petition. Yeah, it ends their life. This is for the love of money is the root of all evil. The love, you know, if money controls you, you're gonna love it. You're gonna want more and more and more money. You're gonna see dollar signs on your subscribers, new subscribers. Oh, I'm gonna make money off them. This is for which while some coveted after. See, that's a problem. Covetous is after saying, oh, you know, I want that. You know, that's lust. You know, like in the form of lust. They have earthly faith and pursues knowledge of many sorrows. That's what's gonna lead to. That's it. Because like Jesus says, with your eye, you know, the body is a light to the eye. If you know, if it's covered, you know, darkness, that's all you're gonna see. You're gonna be in darkness, you know. But I'm gonna continue with this. 2 Peter, chapter 2, we read. But there were false prophets among you, the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who probably shall be indelible heresies. Yeah. Teaching, you know, oh, you're gonna get more wealth, you know, because you're a Christian, you know, you make a YouTube channel and you have millions of followers and you're gonna monetize them. Even denying the Lord that bought them. Oh, I didn't hear him talking about the gospel anymore, Ruslan. He even has heretics right there in his channel. He brings them in his channel, you know, that contradict the word of God. Bring us on self-destruction. And many should follow pernicious ways, by using whom the way of truth should be evil spoken of. And through covetousness they shall freight you words, make merchandise of you. They see dollar signs. You say, oh, I'm gonna get new subscribers. I'm gonna make money off them. That's not what God called us to do. You know, if you're a born again Christian who's watching this right now, God didn't call you to get rich on this earth, you know, off people. That's wrong, you know, taking advantage of people like that. He called us to preach the gospel of Jesus Christ to all the world. Read Mark 16, 15, 16, and Matthew chapter 28, verse 19 to 20. Paul the Apostle says, I will not be ashamed of the gospel, for it is a part of God for salvation. So you have to remember that. We're here on this earth because to preach the gospel and to talk about people about God and the Bible, and you know what God is teaching us, you know, so they could come in a relationship with God through Jesus Christ by faith. That's the whole thing about it, you know, the Christian life. But it says right here, and to covetousness they have in you words, making merchandise of you. Dollar signs, you see dollar signs. Oh, the price coming, whose judgment is not on gold, linger not, and the damnation stem or not. Nope. That's coming. Like we read earlier in Timothy, right? It leads to destruction, petition, to destroy themselves with wealth. But I'm going to continue with this. 1 Corinthians chapter 9. First Corinthians chapter 9, verses 3 to 14, it says right here. Mine answered to them, that to examine me is this: have we not have the power to eat and drink? Yeah, Paul the Apostle said, uh, I have the right to eat something and drink something. He was a tent maker. He worked hard. He worked hard day and night. And he went to the churches, to teach the word of God. He didn't get no money for them. He didn't get rich off them. He was a poor man. Have we have not the power to lead about a sister or wife as well as others apostles as the brethren of the Lord in Cephas or Simon Peter, or I only Barnabas have not we have the power to bear working, who go a wherefore any time at own charges, who planted a vineyard, either not the fruit of who feed a flock, either not the milk of flock, because he works with his hands. He planted, and he farmed. He planted, and he was a farmer, and he was the one that got milk, from the animal, to eat. But again, Paul the Apostle had these rights, to go to. He had a right, to have a wife. He had a right to plant a vineyard, to drink, the wine, and had a right, to get milk from a cow or a goat. He had the right to that. I say these things as a man, say it not the Lord also. It is written in the law of Moses, shall not muzzle the mouth of the ox that tramp upon the corn. To God take care of the oxen. He's talking about the oxen. They have a yoke on the back, and they put them on, and it's like a oxen, a lot of them, and they're pushing, the heavy item. Forgot what it's called, but it's a heavy item they put on their neck, and all day they need to till the ground, So when the farmer comes, he sows the seeds, and this is not the muzzle of the mouth of the oxen be trimmed of the corn. Yeah, they had to eat as well. So you can't cover this mouth all day just working a poor animal, he's all tired, he has to get his energy, and let's say it all together. Verse 6, or our 6, no doubt this is written that he who ploweth should plow in hope. Yeah, because if you till the ground, you plow, and you sow the seeds, you're gonna have hope. You said, oh, I'm gonna get a corn, or I'm gonna get a vegetable fruit. I'm gonna get a tree. And it's gonna bear fruit. So you can have hope. So that he that treasures in hope should not partake in his hope. Yeah, treasuring of floor means like separating. They will get a device, and they will throw the hay in the air, and they will separate from the chaff and the wheat, and the chaff will fly away, but the wheat will fall on the floor, and they will do it over and over again until all the chaff was gone. And this is right here. If we have sown 2 spiritual seeds, like I'm sowing right now, spiritual things, teaching the word of God right here, sitting down. I'm sowing the seed of the word of God, like it says in Matthew 13. It is a great thing that we should reap your carnal things or material things, like, for example, you're going to give, if you want to give without sight. Like Jesus said in Matthew 6, that when you give, don't let your right hand, your right hand what your left hand is doing. Give, in secret, and then God will reward you. If others be partakers of this power over you, are not we, rather, nevertheless we have not used this power. Do you see that? Paul the Apostle didn't take advantage of people, like these YouTubers, saying, oh, support my channel, and so I could continue ministry. If you have a lot of followers, it's already supported. You don't need to be monetizing your channel at all. I didn't monetize my channel. I don't need get rich off anybody. My riches are in heaven, like Jesus said, right? Send your treasures to heaven, or rust and moth don't destroy, or come and steal, right? Put your treasures in heaven. That's it. That's all you have to do. This is right here. Where was I at? Okay, but suffer all things. Should we hinder the gospel? Yeah, see the gospel of Jesus Christ. Once wealth comes into between you and the gospel of Jesus Christ, you're gonna forget about it. Like I don't hear Ruslan preaching the gospel of Jesus Christ anymore. Same goes on Mr. Beast or others. Very sad. But do you not know that which you ministered, like I'm ministering right now, hopefully, about holy things, live in the things of the temple? And I'm not in the temple. The temple is God. This is God's temple now, which they weighed out to partakers of the altar. He's talking about the Old Testament, when they put shortbread, and the priest would come in, after the service, and then they would eat the shortbread that was left over. But it says right here, even so, how the Lord ordained that they which preach the gospel should live of the gospel. But again, once again, Paul the Apostle said, but I have used none of these things. None. He says, I work with my hands. I'm a tent maker. I don't need to take advantage of people. I don't need to make money off them. I don't need to beg at all. Neither have I written these things that it should be so done unto me. For it's better for me to die than any money should make glory in my void. For though I preach the gospel, I have nothing to glory of. For the city is laid upon me, but ye were if I don't preach the gospel. That's the whole thing. You preach the gospel of Jesus Christ. That's it. You don't make merchandise with people. You don't ask them for money. You don't beg or anything. You preach the gospel of Jesus Christ. That's all you do. That's what I do on my channel every day. And when the Spirit puts it in my heart to preach the gospel, I preach the gospel. Where I go on the street, I preach the gospel. I don't ask for no money I don't ask for anybody for money. Because again, once these two hands work, to earn my living. I don't need no money at all. God provides. So that's what I want to say today. There's people like Ruslan or others, making wealth, of YouTube. It's okay, people support that. But, don't build your kingdom here on this earth, with your mansions or your Rolls Royce or millions of dollars in the bank account, and you're boasting about it on YouTube and everything. God's going to judge you for everything you did. And using Johnny Chang's words, for the fruit of your mouth, you're going to be justified. But for the fruit of your lips, you're going to be condemned. Everything that came out of your mouth, Ruslan or others, God's going to judge us, especially me. But if you have a YouTube channel, according to you're watching this right now, don't make merchandise of people. Preach the gospel of Jesus Christ. That's all people need to hear, because it will hinder it, talking about it, and people then wouldn't like to know about Jesus Christ. That's the whole thing about Jesus Christ. We have to talk about him, so that's what I want to say today. God bless you.